Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
H.O.I.
To all my brothers and the sisters that keep the law and the faith.
Till the chariots fly.
On the highways, byways, pushing commandments to all of my people. In a place where they never were equal. And the people who run it are evil. Shooting us down in the street, poison the food that we eat, poison the water we drink, making it hard to think the devil is playing for keeps. They get the money and go, leaving us stuck on the bottom. Soon as they spot him, they got him. I tell you the devil is rotten. I know that them niggas is scheming and plotting. It won't be forgotten. Yahweh is watching. Soon as he give us the power, my nigga, you know that we getting it poppin'. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah made my...
Okay, oh, you're going to do it right there. Come. It's Rob Judah, H.O.I. Los Angeles. Brother Isaiah, H.O.I. LA. For real, H.O.I. LA. Good. We got some brothers.
Brother Sharat Azad.
Brother Sharat Azad.
Brother Malik.
Brother Malik. And today we about here. Condemn this wicked holiday, 4th of July. We try and wake up our people to let them know they was in a cotton field when this holiday happened, and they still want to celebrate the white man's holiday. So we out here trying to rebuke this holiday, waking up our people for this wicked holiday. Anybody got something? Right. That's the thing, Shalom Israel. So we coming out here, man, to tell people the truth. We're not out here against anybody. We're not out here trying to make people feel like they're wrong. You know, they don't really know what they're doing. You know, they just don't know that they don't know. So we out here to tell everybody.
The camera can't see you. There you go. Speak
I
up.
just hope it pick up the audio. So we are to tell people what's going on, man. And you know, a lot of times we get opposition for doing that. A lot of times people come at us for telling them what's going on, telling them the truth. But at the end of the day, we're going to speak the word of the Lord, right? We're going to speak the truth. And if they get bent out of shape, man, we can't become their enemy because we tell them the truth. Pursuant to Galatians 4:16. All right, so Israel, we're going to tell y'all what's going on. We're going to tell our people what's going on. So whether you at home watching it, getting edified, or whether you out here right now getting edified, it ain't going to stop the word of the Lord coming out. Right? Ba'Shem Mashiach Yahweh Shah. Right? Bring it out, bro. All right.
With the mic? Oh, this is in front of the camera?
Okay. You want to start cap right now? You want to start first?
Yeah, I'm
Bring it out.
Start with 2 Corinthians 13:8.
All right,
Clyde.
Use your sword.
Clyde gonna hold my sword.
Here, let me get on that side. Turn the mic off so I can hear it.
Give me all the scriptures that got to do. Just hit me with scriptures that got to do with.
2 Corinthians 13:8.
Okay, y'all. Here we go. Y'all know who we are. We are the Hebrew Israelites.
Right.
We are the Hebrew Israelites.
We paid for this spot. This is our spot. We paid rent this spot right now.
This is
Well, according to Deuteronomy chapter 11.
Read it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 11 verse 22.
Read.
And it says, for if you shall diligently keep the commandments of the Most High.
do what?
Keep the commandments of the Most High, which I command thee to do them, to love the Most High with all your heart, and to walk in his ways, and to cleave unto him. Then when the Most High drive out all nations from before you, and ye shall possess greater nations.
You should possess greater nations. Y'all hear that? Okay. Read.
And ye shall possess greater nations mightier than yourselves. Every place whereupon the soles of your feet shall tread upon shall be yours. So this spot technically is ours.
Every place, read again.
It says, every place whereupon the soles of your feet shall tread upon shall be yours. From the wilderness in Lebanon, even unto the uttermost seas shall your coast be.
So, in essence, this is our land right here. This is our land right here. This is our kingdom.
Right.
They stole it from us.
They stole it after they made us slaves. They made a celebration on today, the 4th of July. And now what we do is we help them celebrate the deaths of our ancestors. Why would we do that? Why would we pop firecrackers on the deaths of our ancestors when they established independence? So now we want to go pop firecrackers, eat pork, do all of the things we were forced to do. That's an abomination. So we got the owner of the fireworks part. He wants to make his profit selling fireworks on the Sabbath day, which is a sin. That's why we cursed. What you got over there? Leviticus what?
Let's keep going, man.
Read.
This is Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day.
What?
But the 7th day.
Hold on, I don't think they heard you. 6 days will work be done. But what?
But on the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest.
It's the what?
The Sabbath of rest.
Y'all don't know what the Sabbath day is. Sabbath day is the 7th day of the week. Everybody know what the 7th day of the week is, right?
Brother, y'all finna close down. Look at that, brother. Y'all finna close down. Let's just keep going. They finna close down. We complaining.
Wonderful. You know we ain't supposed to be popping fireworks on the Sabbath day. Y'all know that we are cursed by God because we keep breaking the commandments. We're supposed to keep this day holy, but we rather go and pop fireworks with our oppressors. Hey, y'all don't believe in God? Y'all don't believe in God? All we out here doing is reading the words of God. What's the issue? We out here reading the words of the Most High God that y'all choose to believe in, right? Is this the Bible? So we reading the Bible and y'all got a problem with us. Why is that?
They worry about
Because
money.
we're speaking the truth, man. Yeah, grab me Galatians 4:16. We're speaking the words of the Most High God that you choose to believe in. And now y'all don't want to hear it. You come up here, you on the line too, right? We're telling y'all the words of God. You don't believe in God, brother? We come out here and pull out the Bible and now you got a contention with us. Read this real quick, huh?
Galatians 4:16.
That's all we out here to do. But y'all say y'all believe in God. Y'all gonna be at that Christian church tomorrow after I pop these fireworks on the 4th of July when y'all was in the slave picking cotton, man. Y'all wasn't free. Whose independence are you actually worshiping right now? The so-called white man's. Your peoples wasn't independent. Your forefathers wasn't independent. So whose independence are you celebrating right now?
God.
And you got the nerve to come up here and talk to us about reading the Bible. Y'all some hypocrites, man. And the truth hurts. Read that up.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
The Bible is talking to y'all hypocrites, man. Am I your enemy because I tell you the truth? Because we ain't out here with a plate full of pork and we don't want to buy your fireworks to celebrate a holiday that's not in the Bible? What's the problem, man? You got a mask on. I thought you got the blood of Jesus on you. We ain't got no mask on. Ain't no brother up here got coronavirus. We ain't 6 feet apart. Why? Because we believe in this book, man. No, we believe in the Bible. Do you believe in God? That was the question first. My question to you first was, do you believe in God?
My question is,
What's your question?
I'm not fighting you. Why are you fighting me?
Because we read the Bible and you are fighting us.
I'm not fighting you.
So what's your contention?
I'm not contending with
Why'd you pull him aside? What'd you talk to him about?
Ask me that question before you tell what I'm fighting with you about. You only know what I ask. What did I ask you?
I could tell you had a problem with us reading the Bible.
No, I did not.
Yes, you
No, I
did, man.
not.
So what's your problem?
I never said it about your
So
Bible.
what is the problem?
Hold up. So you came here. He been here for a long time.
Right.
And I came and study with you.
So we got a mic. Is that the problem? Because we got the mic?
Wait, my man. Wait.
Go ahead, man.
Did I come stand here and listen to you? Did I say one word to you? Then why I did all this? Let me finish, man.
Go ahead. I didn't say nothing. Go ahead.
Let me say, like I told him, we all brothers.
Right.
I paid for this. The least you could have asked me was it okay to be out here. I paid $3,000 for this spot. So I said,
Okay.
I said,
Go ahead.
just to respect one another. Brother, do you mind if we do this? Y'all didn't say that. Y'all just said I'm renting this spot.
Right.
So if I'm renting something as a brother, respect another brother.
But brother, you rent that spot. You rent this spot right here.
Can I ask you a question now? You asked me a question. Can I ask you a question? So you don't want to respect me. You don't want me to ask you something. I'll sit here patiently and let you ask me something, right? Okay, so this is your spot, right? Is this your fireworks booth?
This is my spot.
This is your fireworks booth?
This is my spot.
So why did you rent this spot?
I wanted to rent this spot.
For what? For what?
Because it's my money.
No, but for what? For what purpose did you rent this spot? Brother, answer the question.
I asked your question.
For what purpose?
Here's the problem.
Did you? No,
I
bro. I answered your question, you answered my question, right? So what purpose did you rent the spot for? For fireworks, right?
It's my spot.
Whose celebration are we celebrating, man? Whose independence are you celebrating? You gonna pop fireworks? You gonna walk away now, brother? You a hypocrite. Hey, read that, huh? Give me learn out the way of the heathen, somebody. Baba Kashar. See, our people don't want to deal. I sat here and answered this question. I was patient, but he don't want to deal with me. Out here looking like MF Doom. Take the mask off, man. You got the blood of Jesus, right? But we become your enemy because now we tell you the truth.
I didn't call you my enemy.
That's what y'all acting like, man. Y'all should be celebrating that. You shouldn't be out here selling anything on the Sabbath day. You know today's the Sabbath day?
Do what you do.
Do you know today's the Sabbath day?
Do what you do.
Hey, I want you to do what you do, and that's keep the laws of God, brother. But you're not doing that.
Do what you do.
You're not keeping the laws of God, brother. That's all we out here to tell our people.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verses 1.
Bring it up.
Read this, listen to this, brother, one precept. If you believe in God, listen to this one precept. You don't. Go ahead.
Hear ye the word of the Lord.
Right.
Speak it unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen, man. Don't be popping no fireworks. Don't be celebrating no Independence Day. Don't be celebrating nothing that had nothing to do with your people. Or maybe y'all think y'all American, that's it. Maybe you think you're American just like the white man. But the white man is shooting your brothers and your sisters and your uncles and your nephews down in the street.
Break it out.
So what independence are you celebrating when they shooting your people, man? Read that again, huh?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen,
Right.
and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
The heathen are dismayed at the signs of heaven. You know what them signs of heaven is? They have fireworks in the sky, man. And y'all dismayed at them. What does that have to do with your people, man? But you start bringing out the Bible, all of a sudden people start packing up and going home. But y'all gonna pack up in them churches tomorrow in them square-toe shoes and them big hats and be in that church, man. Giving all them collection plates, passing that around ain't got nothing to do with this Bible.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31.
Right?
It says, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways.
Hey, man, y'all choosing the ways of your oppressors, man. Your oppressors had Independence Day and fireworks. You know what them fireworks are? Them shooting your brothers and your sisters and your mamas and your grandmamas and your granddaddy down in the cotton field, man. But y'all want to sell out here and sell fireworks. The brother couldn't even deal with me correctly, man. You know you out here to sell some damn fireworks on the Sabbath day. You ain't supposed to buy or sell on the Sabbath day. But now y'all get mad at us because we're telling you the truth, man.
God.
But y'all think y'all gonna go back in that church and get salvation? But when the men of the Lord, the prophets are out here to tell you what's going on, and you got them pork on the grill over there, man? Y'all gotta be ashamed. Y'all give me a break, man. Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law.
What did they do over there?
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
Hey, man, the Most High God ain't hearing y'all wicked ass prayers, man. He not hearing when you praying over that pork chop. He not hearing when you say, God bless us today on this 4th of July. I hope nobody get hurt with these fireworks. And when you wonder why somebody always get hurt with them fireworks every year, man. Most High God ain't blessing your prayers when you in sin. God, read that.
This is the book of John, chapter 9, verse 31.
Bring it up.
And we know that God heareth not sinners.
God heareth not what?
For we know that God heareth not sinners.
But they come out here and say, oh, we all sinners. So what, God ain't hearing nobody now? Y'all don't have no understanding of this Bible, man. Keep going.
But if any man be a worshiper of God and doeth his will, him he heareth.
Him he heareth. When you're doing the will of God, and the will of God is these laws, statutes, and commandments, who's gonna hear your prayers, man? You wonder why his brothers that used to be gangbangers and they used to be whoremongers, they're now standing up here with the word of the Lord, because they turned away
That's
from
right.
what they used to do. And they turned their ear into the Lord, man. Give me that Psalms, Terry Knott. Was it Psalms 119 and 51, I believe. What you got, Knott?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 65, verse 2. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people.
What the Most High God doing?
I have spread out my hands all the day until a rebellious people.
With these wicked Negroes out here selling fireworks on the Sabbath day?
A rebellious people, which walk in a way that was not good.
Hey man, y'all walking in the way of the damn so-called white man. Y'all want to be the so-called white man so bad, he tell you it's a pandemic, now y'all got masks on. But I thought y'all were saved by the blood of Jesus. You see the damn so-called white girl, little Becky, she got blonde, long hair, flowing, and now you got a damn weave on. You want to patch your damn weave like you doing something. Why don't you wear your real hair like the Most High God's hair, which is curly? But you want to be like Becky, man. Which is wear it be not the way of the oppressor. Keep going on that.
After their own thoughts, a people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face, that sacrificeth in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of bricks, which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh and brought up abominable things.
What's on that grill over there?
Swine's flesh.
What they putting on that grill over there?
Swine's flesh.
What's wrong? Can you eat swine's flesh? Is that against the Most High God?
Yes.
But y'all want to eat some damn pork chops. Y'all want to eat the damn lobster and the shrimp, man. Read that again.
Which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh and brought up abominable things is in their vessels.
Hey, man, y'all are moving the Most High God to wrath, man. Y'all are provoking the Holy One of Israel to anger. And y'all wonder why your little nephew and nieces is getting killed out here, man. But y'all think that's the devil? The Most High God do all things, man. Come on. And now everybody want to leave. Pack up their campers, pack up their pork, pack up their fireworks. Y'all need to pack up the Bible and read it, man. Pack that Bible when you're going wherever you're going. Don't pack that blunt. Don't pack up your damn liquor in your car, your Black and Milds, your square-toe shoes and your suits. Pack up that Bible, man, in your car. Start opening it up and reading it, man. But y'all don't want to read the Bible because y'all think, wow, a white man wrote it. Read that.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 7. I form light, I create darkness, I make peace, I create evil.
Hold on. No, I thought the devil created evil. Read that again.
I form the light, I create darkness, I make peace, I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
So who creates evil out here? Who's out here creating all these deaths and destruction? The Most High God got the most body count you've ever heard of, man. But y'all think the devil's doing the evil. Y'all think it's some damn red man under the ground doing evil. No, the devil is on top of the ground killing your damn nephews, man. With their hands up. And y'all got the nerve to wear I can't breathe masks and shirts. That ain't doing nothing, man. Go marching around, but you go home and put a pork chop in your mouth. Man, give me a damn break, man. What you got over here?
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39.
Bring it out.
See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Most High God said he kills and he makes lives, man. He wounds and he heals. And there is nobody that he can take out of his hands. If he want to put you to death for doing something wicked, there ain't nothing you can do, man. If you don't want that to happen, you better start keeping the laws of God. One of the laws of God is that you can't buy and sell on a Sabbath day, man.
Bring it out.
But y'all continue to come out here, buy and sell on the Sabbath, and think when you go to church on Sunday, which is sun worship day, you thinking that you're going to get salvation? You think you're doing the will of the Most High God? You think you're doing something to please God? If you want to please God, you got to keep the laws and the commandments of God, man. And it's 613. Hold on, Rob Judah, bring it up.
And then they got that bloody flag on top of their stand, you know what I mean?
Yeah, red, white, and blue flag. What does that have to do with you Negroes, man? You know what the red stripes are on that flag? Your ancestors' blood, man.
Bring it out.
You think this country actually loves you? Because you wear a weave? You think this country actually loves you because you buy their Nikes? You think this country actually loves you because you buy their McDonald's? Bring it up.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Right.
6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work.
Thou shalt what? Not do what?
Thou shalt not do any work.
What that brother carrying that chair over there doing?
Thou shalt not do any work.
What these brothers taking down this thing doing?
Thou shalt not do any work.
Go ahead.
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, and the sea, and all that them is, and rested on the 7th day, and did what? And rested on the 7th day.
Go ahead.
Therefore the Lord blessed the 7th day and hallowed it.
Hey, give me Deuteronomy 28:1. Hey, man. Y'all need to get something understood. We not out here to contend with y'all, to fight with y'all, to go against y'all, man. Come on. Actually, drop that Deuteronomy. Give me Isaiah 58:1. We not out here to fight y'all. We out here to tell y'all what thus saith the Lord say, because we know y'all don't know it, man.
God.
This is the book of,
Bring it up.
this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud.
What the Most High God say, do?
Cry aloud.
No, we supposed to come out here and write y'all a little letter.
Cry aloud.
No, we supposed to come out here and talk like Joel Osteen to y'all wicked Negroes.
Cry aloud.
Go ahead.
Spare not.
Right.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression.
No, we not supposed to judge.
And show my people their transgression.
Go ahead.
And the house of Jacob their sin.
Y'all never read that in your Bible, man. Y'all never read that in your wicked church. We done went so hard with this Bible, I'm talking to this damn stand with nobody in it now. Because everybody hiding behind the stand, got in their cars, put their mask on, put their shield on. How the hell you gonna wear a shield? What does that shield you from, man? Out here looking like Demolition Man. How the brother look like MF Doom with that mask on? They gotta be out your minds out here, man.
Look like Bang.
Look like Bane. God, I'm Judah. Brother look like Bane out here. So that's why in the blood of Jesus, man, that's gonna save you more than the blood of Jesus. I thought y'all believe in this Bible. You come out here and start reading this Bible, you start realizing that our people don't care and do not do anything in this book, man. Hold on, I heard that. What you got over here?
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
Right.
Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad.
Hey, man, if y'all not mad about what's going on in your communities, you are not wise. That's what the Most High God said. Hey, shalom, brother. God, so we out here to tell our people what's going on.
Your brother King Clyde.
God, this is a powerful brother right here.
Yeah.
Read that again.
The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
Right.
Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad,
Go ahead.
and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Hey, man, this little wicked holiday called Independence Day, that's a gift destroying the heart.
God.
If you think that this country loves you because they're going to give you a wicked holiday, I got it. That's a gift destroying the heart. That's what they've been doing, man.
That's right.
Exactly.
Let's zoom in on
People want
that.
to come out here and
Get on the
celebrate Independence Day.
That's why I came over
Get
here,
that on
man.
camera.
Because I hear y'all, man.
I don't know like it.
And now these motherfuckers don't understand, man.
Yeah. That's what they do.
That's
Yeah.
what the
Exactly.
4th of July, man.
Hey,
They
brother, so, real quick, you know,
barbecue. They killing us.
That's right.
Exactly. And you know you're an Israelite?
I'm an Israelite.
That's right.
So what are the requirements of the Israelites?
I don't know. Fight for the land of our free, man. Us, though, I guess. You know? Tell me, teach me, bro.
Yeah, Khan. And then you grab me that in the Sirach, 13 and 12.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. It says, I'm sorry, chapter 10, verse 12. And now, O Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
That's like the same answer, right? Go ahead.
But to fear the Lord thy God and to walk in all his ways, to love him and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So that sounds like when they was asking Jesus, what's the greatest commandments? And he gave them 2, right? To love thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul. That's not a New Testament concept. That's right here in the law. Now let's see what that means. Go ahead.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
Do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
For thy good. It's beneficial to keep the commandments. When you hear them church pastors, they say the law is done away with. How is it unbeneficial to honor your father and mother? Right? How is it unbeneficial to not lie, to not commit adultery? But they say the laws are done away with. So now they want to set us up into this lawless society where now anybody can just do anything, like celebrating the 4th of July, and then thinking that they can go to church on Sunday and everything is all good. Con, I got you. Give me a pocketbook. 13 and 12? Or what you got there, though? No, give me the whole duty of man. I think it's 13 and 12 on the side, right? Yeah.
You saying we all kings? We got y'all robes on?
That's right.
Yeah. Watch y'all.
That's right, man.
That's right.
We give me 7 and 6. I hope that first John. Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Tell the truth, man. It's like that's what we all supposed to do. We all supposed
That's
to
right, brother.
That's
What's
right,
your
kid.
name? Nick. I'm Isaiah. Nice to meet you. Hey, what's your father's nationality?
I think you know what? My father, I found that he was mixed with like Pakistani and he was black.
Okay. What's his father?
His father is North Carolina.
Okay.
Same thing.
Like,
They all look like they're Pakistani and like you say, Hebrews.
you're probably good. Oh, well, Pakistani, they're not Hebrews.
Is that Hebrews?
No.
I don't know. It's something like that.
Okay, Con. I mean, I'm asking because you got like kind of slick hair, so you kind of look like you might be like Native American or maybe Northern Kingdom, you know.
I probably am.
Con.
I gotta find out. I don't even know if I can believe in what you call that? Ancestry.com.
Oh no, you can't.
You can't believe that.
They
That's what I said. I can't even believe that.
Hold on.
Yeah, they.
What's your last name?
Sherry.
Yeah, they got slave master.
Con. Yeah, they did a Ancestry.com on a German Shepherd. They said the German Shepherd was Brazilian. I mean,
Yeah.
they did two twins took the test and they had different nationalities. So you can't trust the Ancestry.com.
I'm scared of my DNA going in their hands anyway.
That's right, brother. Keep it right here because your DNA is right in this Bible. Let's get what your whole duty of man is. Go ahead.
Let's hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
This is the conclusion of the whole matter.
Fear God and keep his commandments. Right. For this is the whole duty of man.
That's the whole duty of man as an Israelite man. Right? So when I ask you your nationality, you tell me you're Hebrew. I'm like, okay, well, you got the requirements now.
I am. I feel like I am.
That's right, brother. You got that Deuteronomy? You know my sheep hear my voice?
I run around here doing work all day. I'm just doing this field. I look out.
76. Now, let me ask you this. Do you know who your enemy is? Well, you showed me that picture. I think you kind of know who the enemy is, right? So, the Most High God said we above everybody, right? Let's read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Right. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Special people unto God, a holy people, which means separate, right? Let's see who we above.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So when they say that everybody's equal, can we all get along, all this other stuff? First of all, throughout history, we can see that ain't nobody equal. Because they be hanging us, setting us on fire and whatnot.
That's right.
But we don't know that in this Bible, in this book, which is our history book, God said we better than everybody. So why are we marching, trying to find equality amongst the white man that he will never give us to anyway?
Break it out, kid.
He don't want us to be equal with him. And God said we shouldn't be equal with him anyway. Right? We got to come back to this book, man.
What about the book of Yahweh?
This is his name ain't Yahweh, but I hear what you're saying. You know, it's different.
What's the difference? Explain that to me. Is the book of the original text off the wall into the book? That's
right, so you're referring to the Tetragrammaton, right? Which is YHWH. Because we didn't have no vowels in our Hebrew language, right? So you just pronounce it Yahweh. Yeah. They added the Yahweh because they added A's and E's and right. And then you got
Yiddish.
Charles Taze Russell. Yeah, that's Yiddish. You got Charles Taze Russell who started Jehovah's Witness. They're German, so they added the Jehovah, right? But it's really Yahweh. And then
Glad you're telling me this because I had a feeling somewhat about it.
and you know what? The Most High God brought you up. I know you know this, brother, and that's good because the Most High God brought you up here to get edified today.
That's I heard it before. I heard seeing him always hearing y'all already.
God.
Coming anyway.
Hey, all praises, man. Give all praise to the Most High. How about Shemi Havashai? Right. So the way you say his son's name, they say Jesus Christ, it's Yahweh Shai. You got Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. That's right, brother. That's good because you know they say those that call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. But if nobody know the name and they saying Jesus, he ain't never heard that name in his life.
Nope.
He was walking around, and if you see him right now walking around, you say, "Hey, Jesus," he ain't gonna turn around.
Nope.
Right? So it says those that calls on the name of the Lord, but they don't want us to know the name. They don't want us to know we the Hebrew Israelites. They're hiding everything from us. You know. But the truth, the real fact we gotta know is that the white man did nothing to this book except come with a picture, that picture right there, who was a real man, by the way. His name was Caesar Borgias, right? The second son of the sixth Pope of Rome. That was his son. He killed his sister's husband so he could sleep with his sister, right? He was a damn homosexual, and they posted that up for the image of Christ. But we know Christ was a black man, man. He looked like you. He had hair like my brother over here. You know, he had white woolly hair. That's right, brother.
Like Samson.
God.
Like Samson had hair like that too.
That's right, that's right.
All the ones that
Here, just for edification's sake, you may already know, but we're going to read what Christ looked like. Real quick, hold that. Let's read this real quick. Because you may be trying to figure out if you're Pakistani or Hebrew, but I can tell you hearkening. Let's see what God said.
The book of John, chapter 10, verse 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
So, you know, whether you know who, I would do some research to figure out exactly who, but you hearkening to the Lord. You hearkening to this word, right? So you one of his sheep. Yahweh Ratazah. That's right, brother. He said, I know I am. That's what I'm talking about.
I walk around doing his will every day.
That's right.
What's his will?
I know to help people. I help people. Is it to help everybody? I do. If he shows me who needs it, then I know.
Okay, so
every day he shows me somebody comes to me. This is why I'm here too. I come to you guys.
What the brother's getting to?
Help me out.
Because it says to hear and it says to keep the commandments of the Most High. So it says the brother has to keep his commandments. So what are some of his commandments?
I know the love all. I know that.
What
I know that. Thou shalt not bear false covenant, witness.
So how many commandments is it?
That's 10, right?
It's 10? Okay, so
More than that comes vanity, son.
so if it's 10 commandments, can we get Exodus chapter 20?
It's not a vanity, son.
All right, so we're going to show you one of the commandments that's not in the 10. And we're going to see, because they taught us it was 10, right?
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
Let's read this.
I know it's a lot more.
This is the book of
That's good,
Numbers,
that's good.
chapter 15, verse 38. Right. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So you see all the brothers up here, they got fringes on their shirts, right? These tassels. So the Most High God commanded us to put fringes on our clothes. Go ahead.
Throughout their generations,
Throughout. That means if you still generating people, you got to still do it. Go ahead.
and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
You see that ribbon of blue? Go ahead.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
So when you got these fringes on, you're going to remember the commandments. It's kind of a reminder, like putting a little yarn on your finger.
Yep.
Right? You about to, you got your fringes on. See, if you got your fringes on and you sitting on the porch and you pull out that pack of cigarettes, you're going to have to go through the fringes to get your cigarettes, right? So it's kind of a reminder, and it might be even to some brothers a stopping point to make you reconsider something. All praises.
All praises.
All praises. But there are some things you're doing. Well, you gotta eat. Well, we can get into that later.
I'm just saying, I've been doing
You gotta eat lamb at least one time a year
Okay, I eat lamb.
for the Passover.
I'll do that then.
That's good. So
I haven't been eating though.
that's good. Well, I mean, that's the thing. That's why you're up here today, right? We up here to show you, to show our people where they going off, because there might be some things you thinking is good, but it's not what the Most High God wants you to do. And there might be some things you don't think is bad, but you're sinning. Like right now, no fringes and not keeping the Sabbath day. You know, those are sins. Go ahead. Oh, the beard. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Oh, that's say it again.
Sabbath day is Sunday, right?
No, the Sabbath day is Saturday.
Oh, okay, Saturday.
Yeah,
I
because
said Sunday because that's the day that you timed out, right? That's the day that God didn't do nothing.
what's the first day of the week?
Rested, right? Sunday, right?
Sunday is the first day of the week, right?
Yeah.
So it said the seventh day you gotta rest. See, that's the thing. They tell us it's on Sunday because
I never knew it was really Saturday too.
grab me Revelations 11 and 8.
Sunday was the day he rested. That's why I said that's the day of Sabbath.
Well, it doesn't say he rested on Sunday. It says he rested on the seventh day. Oh yeah, bring that up. Hold that real quick. You got Revelations. Yeah, read that real quick.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
So this place is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. You know what happened was what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. They was being wicked, being homosexuals. What they doing out here in America? Same thing, right?
Same thing.
Now it says Sodom and Egypt. Hold what you got on that Leviticus. Give me Deuteronomy 28:68. It said that it was Sodom and Egypt. Now in Egypt, they was worshiping the sun. Now when you go to church on Sunday, you doing the same thing they was doing, worshiping the sun. Right? And it's sad because we overlook stuff like that.
That's why it's called Sunday.
Sunday. Right.
Worship of the sun.
Right.
That goes back to their bride.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord thy God shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Hold on. Hey, y'all, do y'all care about God, brothers? That's it, man.
They try to get some fireworks.
And the Lord thy God shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So check it out, bro. You say your name was what again? Nicholas. That's what I'm about to say. Second guessing myself. Okay, so check this one verse out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
So how we get over here to America with ships, right? So the Most High God is saying he was going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. Now we just read that this place is spiritually called Egypt. But not only that, Egypt is a Greek word that means like a rock and a hard place, basically, like bondage, right? So it said he's going to bring us into bondage or slavery again with ships. Go ahead.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Meaning we ain't going to see Egypt again. He promised we wasn't going to see Egypt again. We walked out of Egypt. We could walk into Egypt. So why would we need a ship to go to Egypt? He's talking about America. Go ahead.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Brother, who was we sold to?
You know, those people.
No, you can say it with your chest, brother.
White people,
The so-called white man, right? Because he's red. He's not even white. You ain't never seen no brother with the same
He's orange.
color as his shirt. Never seen nobody like that, right? And you ain't never seen nobody as the same color as his shirt. So they not white and we not black, right? So it said we was going to be sold to our enemies. The Bible called the white man your enemy.
Enemies.
So there's no way the white man could have wrote this, but go ahead.
For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
No man was going to redeem us out of this captivity. That's what that word buy there is. And they call Christ the what? The Redeemer, right? So he's the one that's going to do it, man.
That's right.
Wait ye upon the Lord. I mean, it ain't going to be Malcolm X. It ain't going to be Marcus Garvey, right? It ain't going to be Nipsey Damn Hustle. It's going to be the Most High God, the Black Messiah, man.
That's right. Bring it out.
By Shem Mashiach Yahushua, man. And that's what we waiting on, right? So we doing the work. We putting in the work to make sure we get that salvation, man. That's true. You want that? Hey, all praises, man.
All praises.
That's what I like to hear, man.
And I give up everything because I know I can feel it in my heart that it's coming. And I've done this a while ago. I didn't know a lot like you guys, but I'm glad that you're teaching me. I'm a practice. I'm gonna get better at it.
Yeah,
That's
man.
right,
That's
brother.
all we got.
Anybody got any precepts before you?
I got to.
I'm gonna give you a couple precepts before you go, all right? Or you can stay. You know, we ain't getting you out. Go ahead.
I was backing off what you got. Book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 5. Verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage. Amen. In the New Living Translation, it says out of the house of slavery, man.
That's right.
Straight up and down. So he brought us out of the house of slavery, and then he said, because actually Deuteronomy 28 and 15 real quick. We're gonna see why we got put in slavery. No, we got you. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hook you up with the YouTube channel.
That's right.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
Not just some of the commandments.
To do all his commandments.
Just 10 of the commandments.
To do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, then all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Amen. Us going into slavery and having to serve a wicked, low base, non-melanin having people, that's a curse, man.
That's a curse.
You ever be at your job and you got your boss and he damn walking like this with his Poindexter glasses and you just like, how is this man over me, man? I think that every day. That's a curse from the Most High God because we didn't listen.
I start working for myself.
We just read 16, right? 36? Bring it up.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 36. And the Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou knowest, which thou hast set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone.
Thou shalt serve other gods. Take it slow. Thou shalt serve other gods.
Of wood and stone.
Wood is Christianity. And what else?
And stone.
That's the cobblestone. Yeah, that's a lot. See, one of them firework kids got set on fire, man. Right. And all they had to do was not. All they had to do was not envy the oppressor. Learn not the ways of the heathen. But now little Ray Ray and little Jose, they in the hospital tonight, man. Yeah. God. Looking like Jason Pierre Paul out here. He the only one that got that. Go ahead, brother.
Well, I got it. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whether ye go to possess it, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son and thy son's son, all the days of thy life, and that the days may be prolonged.
That's how you get eternal life, man. That was Deuteronomy 6 and 8? 6 and 1. Deuteronomy's cool. Yeah, man, that's the laws. And Moses wrote the laws. Pretty much Genesis. I mean, there's no laws in Genesis, but he wrote Genesis to Deuteronomy. Moses was a bad brother. That's good. He was up there. He was raised as an Egyptian. You know, he was up there second in command, and he said, you know what? I'm going to choose to be with my brethren, the Israelites that's in slavery, rather than be chilling up here with these Egyptians, man. That's powerful. Because he was up there with all the women he could have, grapes, and getting fed and getting fanned. He said, I'm going to choose to be with my people being afflicted. Go ahead.
So this is the book of John.
Go ahead. They were killing the Israelites. And what made Moses go back to the wilderness with his people, they were killing the Israelites, and he went against his own Egyptian heritage he was raised and slayed 2 of the Egyptians. Slayed them and went back to his people. Pharaoh hated that. That's right, brother. He slew an Egyptian in the sand. All praises. Just one. There was an Egyptian afflicting his brother. He killed him. Go ahead.
This is the book of John, chapter 1, verse 17. For the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by H.O.I.
That's right. So the law was given by Moses, but grace, now, you know what grace is? Grace is not Christ died for us, so now we can do whatever. So like, let me give you an example. If you, that too, or let's say if you got to pay your rent and you didn't have the money that day, and they say, I'm gonna give you a grace period, right? Now, if you don't pay your rent after the grace period, what's gonna happen? You out on that street. So the Most High God, he sent his son to give us a grace period to get it right. Because we out here in captivity, we didn't grow up with the laws, we didn't know we was Israelites. But now that we know these things, we got time to get it right and come back and start actually doing it correctly. All right? So I'm gonna let some other brothers get up here, man, and bring it out. But I'm glad you was up here to hearken. He gonna teach you some of the laws, man, because that's his forte.
You said he went back. So Ramsey is what's his name? Son of
I think you might be talking about Joseph. Joseph was like his forefather.
Oh, you talk about Egyptian brother, Ramsey.
Oh, Khan. Yeah. But his actual blood kin would be the Israelites, because he wasn't actually Egyptian. You know, that's right. Yeah, Moses means to draw out the water. Khan, so my name is Isaiah, the House of Israel, Los Angeles, man. We're going to let some other brothers come up here and bring it out. I'm going to leave you with this one precept. Go ahead.
The book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers.
Right, Khan, which is the... that brother was hard, huh? He did something. He said, man, them Israelites look stupid in their garments. But see, here's the thing. You don't understand, because this ties right into the precept we're reading. Go ahead.
They that are delivered from the noise of archers.
Now, the noise of archers are the nuclear missiles. Because this place is going to get destroyed by nuclear missiles. And you can kind of already tell, yeah. Kim Jong-un is ready to push that button. Putin is ready, man. Go ahead.
In the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord.
Right, they should do what?
They shall rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord.
The law, statutes, and commandments. We are here to rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord so we can get to the kingdom and then keep the actual righteous acts of the Lord. Right? So all praise to the Most High Yahweh Hashem H.O.I. I'm going to give the mic to my brother Clyde. Look now, show him some laws.
Right, as you see, all the brothers got fringes on. We all got fringes. Do you honor the dietary law? You said you only eat fruits and vegetables?
That's like his forte.
Okay.
I know about that. I've been doing it for a while.
Okay, can you give me Leviticus 21:5? Can you give me Leviticus 19:27? Now look, you notice every brother up here got hair on their face. Do you shave by any chance? So do you shave? Yes? All right, you got 19:27? Go ahead.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads.
So that means if you get the Uncle Phil, you know not to cut the sides, right?
Neither shalt thou mar the corners of their beard.
So that means don't shave your beard neither.
Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord.
So that means tattoos. We can't get tattoos. We can't shave our beard. And we can't shave our head. Now look, check this out.
I got 21:5. Book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
Now see, don't shave your beard, because that's a commandment. Yeah, right. So now, from this moment forward, you know not to shave your beard.
Nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
So that means no tattoos, right? So that's something that you can do, right? Now you notice that we all got fringes. Can you give me Leviticus 19:19 and give me Deuteronomy 22:11? So we're going to show you, it's just more than just fringes, because you got to have the proper attire. So we're going to show you how you get the proper attire.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 19. And it reads, and you shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let any cattle gender with diverse kind.
So that means don't mix breed. Okay?
Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed.
So that means don't mix your seed, don't mix your animals. What he's telling you is to keep it pure, right?
Neither shall a garment mingle of linen and woolen come upon thee.
So that means don't mix your fabric. So whatever you get, it got to be 100% one material, all right? Hold on 1 second.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 11. Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together.
So what he's doing, he's telling you, don't mix your fabric. So every time you see something in the Old Testament or the New Testament, you're going to see it's called precept upon precept, line upon line. That's Isaiah 28:10.
Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of their vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself.
So that's why we wear fringes, because it's a commandment. And Christ wore fringes himself. Can you give me Matthew chapter 9, verse 20? We're about to show him right now. Right. All praises, all praises. So this is a part of having the holy attire. So you can start, like, when you go home, you can start keeping these commandments. Easy. Put a ribbon of blue.
I make shirts.
There you go. Look, see? All praise to the Most High, Yahweh.
The book of Matthew chapter 9 verse 20. And behold, a woman...
Look, I'm going to show you that Christ himself wore fringes.
And behold, a woman which is diseased with an issue of blood 12 years came behind him and touched the hem of his garment.
Now, the hem of his garment meaning the bottom of his clothing. So it's power in your fringes. So that's why you want to wear your fringes. You want to keep the commandments to the best of your ability. Can you give me Proverbs chapter 7 verse 2? Can you give me Matthew chapter 19 verse 16? Now, the best way to do it is to keep the commandments to the Most High, because there's power in obedience. That's how you don't get sick, you don't get the corona, you don't die, you live forever. You show that you love God by keeping this commandment. Okay, all praises.
The book of Proverbs chapter 7 verse 2. Keep my commandments and live.
And what?
And live.
That's how you live, by keeping the commandments.
And my law as the apple of thine eye.
So you got to keep the law, because that's how you live.
Bind them upon thy fingers. Write them upon the table of thine heart.
So your heart is your mind. So everything that you're doing, you want to keep. Am I breaking the commandment? Am I keeping the commandment?
The book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 15, 16. Salakia. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
This guy said, how can I get eternal life? How can I live forever?
And he said unto him, Why callest me good? There is no one good but one, that is God.
So he said, I'm not good, only God is.
But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandment.
He said, what?
Keep the commandment.
So that's how you enter into life, by keeping the commandments. Can you give me Revelations 22:14? Can you get Revelations 14:12? So the whole reason why we out here is to get all of our brothers and sisters to keep the commandments of the Most High. That's the only way to get life. That's to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Right. Say it again.
I was already keeping it. I was doing my best. You guys finished touching.
That's
all
right.
Praises, all praises.
The book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Blessed are they that do his commandments. They do them. They don't just hear them, they do them.
That they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
So that's how you get blessed, by keeping the commandments. Go ahead.
The book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Yahweh.
So you got to keep the commandments, and you got to establish your faith. So now you know about the fringes, you know about the Sabbath, you honor the dietary law, right? And you know about your beard, you know about the tattoos.
I even know that the cow was mixed from a yak.
Okay, all praises. All praises. So is there some things that you can do on the Sabbath? Do you know what you're supposed to do on the Sabbath?
What should I do? What should I do? I can pray always, right?
You can pray every day, all the time.
Besides that,
On the Sabbath. Like, can I cook me a burger on the Sabbath if I'm hungry? Okay, you're not supposed to. Can you give me Exodus 35:3?
So he was saying that you wanted to keep the commandments anyway, right? So this is Romans 10:2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God. So you have a zeal to serve God, but it says not according to knowledge.
So what is knowledge? Can you give me Malachi 2:7?
So
We're gonna show you what the.
but you don't know how.
Knowledge too. Right.
So that's why we show you the commandments, so you can.
Knowledge so I can go on and y'all can study like y'all.
Right. So we're gonna show you what the word knowledge
Be up here
means.
one day.
Malachi 2:7.
That's right. That's right.
Now look what I learned. Oh, I would like to do that. That would be something good.
This is
All these brothers up here been where you at.
That's right.
the book of Exodus, verse 35.
Catholic world when I grew up, so that kind of. But I
Yeah, we
still
gonna
knew.
get you out of that.
But I still knew. I still served Lord. He knew. I didn't know no better. I served as an altar boy. I know my book and all that stuff. And then it kind of like mixes you all up.
Proverbs 1:26.
But it doesn't. Now I learned that it doesn't matter about
The-
that.
the book
Religion don't mean like that. It's your heart and your faith stays on.
The book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day.
So you can't cook on the Sabbath. So the best thing to do is get something that's already made, like sandwiches, chips, soda, cereal, stuff that does not require heat. Right? So that's another way to honor the Sabbath. So what are some of the things that they did on the Sabbath? Okay, let me get Luke chapter 4. Luke 4. So I'm gonna show you another one. What is knowledge, right? That's what we was going. We was saying like, what is knowledge?
Okay, the book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 7. For the priest's lips shall keep knowledge,
So the priest's lips shall keep knowledge,
and they should seek the law at his
they
mouth.
should seek the law. So the law is knowledge.
For he is the messenger.
He is the what?
He is the messenger.
So that's all of us up here. We messengers of the Most High. We telling you the message that the Most High sent for you to be right.
Of the Lord of hosts.
There you go. 4, start at 15.
Luke chapter 4, verse 15. And he taught in their synagogue, being glorified of all. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. As his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day
On the Sabbath day,
and stood up for to read.
that's why we open up our books on the Sabbath day, because we read him. We get clarity from the Most High of what we can and cannot do.
And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me.
So he read this in the book of Isaiah. Can you give me Isaiah chapter 61? The Most High was actually reading this, and he saw that it was in the book of Isaiah, the prophet.
Because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor.
We're preaching the gospel to the poor.
Anointed.
He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted,
All those that's in poverty, been afflicted, persecuted.
to preach deliverance to the captives, and to a recovery of the sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. And he closed the book, and he gave it again to the minister, and sat down. And that's it, bro.
And look, and that's what we're doing. We read out the book of the Lord so we can be right with the Most High. Can you give me,
So Slakia,
what?
Slakia, real quick. That's the gospel. When people ask about the gospel, but you see who it was talking about? People that's broken hearted.
Isaiah the prophet.
Get that Isaiah.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 61, verse 1.
Now this is what they were reading in Luke. This is what the Most High, Yahushua was reading in Luke when he said he found in the book of the prophets Isaiah.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn.
See, so the people who are here seeking for the Most High, that's why we out here. Can you give me Proverbs 126? Proverbs 126.
Hey, finish that though. Isaiah. No. That's all it works.
Go ahead.
Verse 3, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion,
who?
to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion.
So what's
telling you the gospel is for the Israelites.
To give them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, and the garment of praise for the spirit of the heaviness. The heaviness. And they might be called trees of righteousness.
Trees. So you know what righteousness is, right? What is it? What would you say righteousness is?
Living by the law.
Huh?
Have the knowledge of living by the law.
All praises, all praises. You get Psalms 119, 172.
That's the righteousness.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
And what?
And read.
And what?
And read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them.
So that's why the Most High is telling us to read. So a lot of these people that's going to church, they're not reading. They listening to the pastor, and the pastor's telling them the law's done away with. Christ's going to forgive you for your sins. But that's not what the Most High said. He said to read. Can you give me 1 Timothy 4:13? Go, hold on one second.
This is Proverbs 1:26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
So those people that's, oh, I ain't got to keep the commandments of God. No, he tells you what? I'm going to laugh at you when the time of calamity comes. Right? But you start at 20.
I like it. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets.
Where at?
In the streets.
So where we at right now? We're in the streets. We teach you about the commandments of the Most High, right?
She crieth in the chief place of concourse. In the openings of the gates in the city, she uttereth her words.
So that's us uttering the words of the Most High. That's why we the messengers. So we trying to give you the words of the Most High. So when you go home, you can start rehearsing the righteous acts, right? Copy. Hold on. So now I'm going to show you what righteousness is.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 72. The law of thy mouth is better unto me. 172. Salakia.
So we're going to find out what righteousness is.
119, verse 172. Here it is. Salakia. The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 172. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness.
So righteousness is the commandments. So again, in order for you to get the commandments, you got to read. So that's why he tell you to read. Go ahead.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 13. Till I come, give attendance to reading.
So that's how you start learning about the Most High. You got to start reading this book.
To exhortation and to doctrine.
Now, doctrine is the teaching. So now you know about the Sabbath. You know that you can't cook. You know that you can't buy, you can't sell, you can't work. You know about the fringes. You know about the beard. You know about, tell me what else you learned.
I like a lot, man. It's everything you said, man. It's like, it's good to the heart. I like a lot, man. I know I got to get the knowledge. And that's my key factor, the knowledge. I got to get the knowledge because I have to read more.
Okay, so what did you learn today? Like if we was to leave right now, what would you go home and tell your loved one what you learned today? Okay.
I want to say one thing, brother. When you start walking in the Lord, everything gonna change for you. Your blessings, we used to call it luck, but you're gonna have spirits that walk with you, and everything's gonna go in your favor when you stay in the Word. You gotta stay in the Word, read this Bible.
I've been walking. God woke me up, so I need to read more.
Somebody grab Revelation 1 and 3.
That's what I want to do is read more. I got me a nice Bible too. I want to walk in the Bible too. I have to read.
Well, you got to crack it open. You got to crack it open and start reading. Right? King James 16:11, if you could.
I got that. I got the King James. I got that right.
Well, when you feel those spirits walking with you, chapter 1, you're gonna have spirits walking with you. Chapter 1, Psalms.
Sometimes anyway.
Yeah.
Now the brother was saying that you're gonna get a lot of blessings that come with keeping the commandments of God. So we're gonna show you that in the scripture.
Chapter 1.
And then it's a lot here. You want to order yourself one of these too. This is the 14 books they took out the Bible. But it's actually,
Why they took it out?
it's in here.
They took it out because that's our history when we slaughtered the
Greeks.
Greeks.
This is the, okay, so
They just commit sin. He said don't take nothing out of his book.
this is
Actually
during
did
the
that. Revelation 22:19 and Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 2.
Nah, you can order this on like Amazon. It's called the Apocrypha. Yes.
So-
It's actually in the 1611 in this book right
Yeah,
here.
it's, look, this is actually in here. They took it out of it.
Wow.
The
So
1611.
yeah, we don't even have that Bible on.
I mean, they don't produce these
This
no more.
one is the same as that one, but it has modern language.
Yeah.
That one has Roman rules. This is the King James Bible, 1611, with the Apocrypha.
You got to get that with a fish on that. Bookstore on fish on there.
I will order it.
But you can order it online. Take a picture of it. Because that's what,
That's all you need. That number right
So
there.
I need that number.
All right, so like the brother was saying, you're gonna get these spirits that's gonna walk with you, and you're gonna start seeing like everything start to prosper for you. But it's already in the scriptures. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is a man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly,
So that means not walking ungodly. You got to be righteous and holy.
nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
So you're not hanging out with people that's not keeping the commandments of God, the people that's not believing in God like that. You away from them people.
I've been doing that. I got that far out by myself. Because I've been getting right, because I can't be around these sinners, because I see he's keeping me away from them, and that's why he got me alone for a reason.
That's right.
I might be lonely, but I know he walked with
But
me.
technically, you ain't never lonely.
Never alone.
Shiraz.
But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law doth he meditate day and night.
So you always thinking about the law, making sure that you're doing things right and upright for the Most High.
And he shall be like a tree planted in the rivers of the water.
Now, what does the tree do when there's by a lot of water? If a tree is by water, that means it's going to grow, right? Right?
The tree in the fruit of the water, and bringeth forth his fruit in his season.
Right. So a tree that's getting a lot of water is going to grow, right? What you got?
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
With unbelievers, people that don't believe in the Most High, that don't believe this is the word of God.
For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness?
So what fellowship is somebody that's trying to keep the commandments and somebody that's not? They're going to always bring you down. They're going to have you over here buying fireworks, eating pork, breaking the Sabbath, doing all that. So that's why you got to be with the brothers that's righteous.
I got drawn to y'all, so I can't.
And what communion have light with darkness?
So if we have the light and we shine it and somebody else is darkening, they're going to take away our light, right? So we got to be not equally yoked. Don't be with those people.
Notice that too.
And what concord have Christ with Balaam? Or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel?
So that's somebody that don't believe.
And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols?
So God he's not with idols. He's only the Most High.
For ye are the temple of the living God. As God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people.
And they shall be my people.
Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord.
He said to be separate. Don't be with these people because they unequally yoked.
I've been separate too. He saved me and my sister. We the only ones that hang together.
Well, see, now your job,
She might be y'all too, because she like this too.
well, your job is going to be to show your sister.
I'm gonna teach her. She already open because we close to her. We on the same path. He put us together. Now you guys, I came to y'all. I was drawn over here. I came here for a reason. I didn't know why, but I knew I came here for a reason. When I seen you, I knew that was a reason.
You came over here to hear the words of the Most High. Give me 1 John 4:6.
I want you to know that.
Now look, the Most High actually directed you to come over here to hear His words. Because you was like, oh, I came over here, but I forgot what I came over here. You came over here to get the words of the
I know
Lord.
why I came. I was drawn because I heard the voice and I wanted to come. I
All
know
right,
why
all
I
praises.
I was coming because I heard y'all. I heard you talking to people and they was running from you. I knew all that. I heard it. I was like, that's God. He
All
got
praises,
me.
all praises. He say, my sheep hear my voice.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 9. A man's heart deviseth his way,
So you're thinking about what you want to do.
but the Lord deceiveth his steps. The Lord, directeth, but the Lord directeth his steps.
So the Most High is telling you where to come. That's why you came over here. You heard the voice. You know what? I got to go over here with these brothers.
So
Go ahead.
The book of 1 John chapter 4 verse 6. We are of God. He that knoweth God heareth us.
So you heard us and you came over here.
He that is not of God heareth not us.
That's why those other people, that's why they left. Because they're not of God. But you are of God. That's why you came over here.
I stayed because I love y'all, because I can feel it and I feel comfortable. They didn't feel comfortable, that's why they had to go.
The wicked flee. The wicked flee.
You'll be with your brother. You'll be with your brother in the hood or something.
I'm happy.
You'll be with your brother in the hood or something, and you gotta get away, stay away from guys that's not in the hood, cause he'll say, "Hey man, come on for a ride with me. We're gonna hit a couple blocks." You get in the car. You don't know he got the burner under the seat, and then if you get pulled over, you just came for a ride, and then they not hearing nothing when you get. See, that's the when the spirits like guide you, and you using the wisdom of God, you won't get caught in those situations.
And you know, actually, while a brother doing that, that's actually breaking the commandment, because you're not supposed to suffer sin upon your brother. So if they was keeping the commandments, they would know not to even put you in that predicament.
The book of Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
So if you're driving around with a pistol and you know that's a burner and you can get pulled over and go to jail, as my brother, I'm not going to even let you get in the car. But if you was keeping the commandments, you would know not to do that, right?
Do that anyway, it wouldn't be done.
Right.
It's a play.
So just a quick recap. What did you learn today? That you could go home and teach somebody else, one of your loved ones.
I'm teaching you the Sabbath. You taught me that you guys taught me about the Sabbath, what I'm allowed to do.
So what can you do on the Sabbath?
The food part, you gotta have food that's already prepared.
All praises.
Really, that's really of course, pray.
You can't
work.
Okay.
Can't read the word, and that's really it.
What about your clothes? What did you learn about the clothes?
Man, you gotta have that one.
What else?
That's walking in with these, right? I got the fringes and stuff.
Can I get a shirt that's polyester and silk?
Can't mix the fabrics.
Okay, there we go. And what else you need?
What about my fabric? What is this?
You need the blue ribbon on the front.
You need the blue ribbon on it.
Blue ribbon.
Right.
Tassels.
So when you go home and you wake up in the morning, you gonna shave?
No, man. I'm gonna let it grow.
All right, all praises, all praises.
I'm gonna let it grow out. I'm gonna let it grow out.
What about tattoos?
I ain't get no more.
No more tattoos?
I only got a few anyway.
Okay.
That's you.
What's your nationality?
Let me get Luke 15:10.
That's what I Hebrew.
That's right.
All praises.
And I'll be feeling like that's what I am anyway. I'll be claiming that. I'll be like, you know what? I think I'm Hebrew because I'm always coming into stuff like this, so I must be doing this work. I'm a Hebrew. I look like one. I feel like one. That's right. And that's really how I feel.
And who's your enemy?
White.
Say it with your chest.
White.
That's actually all the nations that's outside of Israel.
Check this out. Check this out. They dancing. They joying in heaven right now.
The book of Luke chapter 15 verse 10. Likewise I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels.
There's what?
There is joy in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner that repented.
So by you repenting and start growing your beard, getting your suffrages, honoring the dietary law, honoring the Sabbath day, they out there. Yes, we got another one.
I had some of it right already. The dietary part, doing that right. This part, y'all taught me that. I'm gonna do more. Y'all taught me more, man. I bless you. Thank y'all.
Right, all praises, all praises.
You got videos, hey.
Yeah, get the
give me something. Give me something.
You got your phone on you?
Yeah. Get the YouTube channel.
I got you.
Give me John 8:51.
Go to YouTube. And I'll tell you your phone on.
So again, man, these powerful brothers know the commandments.
I love y'all, man. Like I said, I'll listen to y'all word. And I remember you were speaking over there. I think it was on. Is that for a month?
I think you're from the camera,
I know your voice is strong, man. And I can feel it when you talk. And when y'all was on video, y'all was talking. And I was just like, man, y'all had your robe on and everything. It was real, man. I shared that with my sister.
That's our channel. I just subscribed.
All right, look, if I could leave you with any scripture, I'm gonna leave you with this one.
All right, what?
I remember that, man.
The book of John, chapter 8, verse 51. Verily, verily, I say unto you.
So he said, surely, surely, I'm gonna say this to you.
If a man keep my saying,
if a man keep my sayings,
he shall never see death.
He shall what?
He shall never see death.
So that's how we don't die. That's how we live forever, by keeping the commandments of the Most High. Right? All praises, all praises.
All praises.
Yeah, don't thank us, thank the Most High. You mean Colossians 3:17? All praises, all praises.
I wanted to show you this. So
These are the different tribes of Israel. So you got Israelites, that's the nation. These are the tribes. This is what God called you. This is what the so-called white man called us. So if you would classify yourself as a Negro, you would be from the tribe of Judah. That's the same tribe Christ is from, brother. So anybody that's not on this sign, it ain't just the white man that's your enemy. All the other nations that's not on this sign are your enemy. Damn Asians and damn East Indians and damn.
They don't like. Why can't I feel it? They feel like me.
Good, because they hate us.
I can feel it strong. I'm not just saying that for real. That's been unusual. Like
Right.
spiritually, like they don't like it.
They don't like us. Hey, that's a good point. I'm gonna only bring out one precept. Grab me Psalms 83 and 1. I'm gonna show you that's in the Bible.
They don't like us, man. I can feel it strong, man. It's strong. It's a different.
It's strong. They got a strong hatred for us, man. Oh, Tim out.
Immediately, I'm uncomfortable around them.
Hey, hold on.
You got your staff, man. I like that.
Shalom, Tim. Good.
All right, brother. All right. All right, brother. All right, man.
All right, bro.
You help me out, y'all.
That was good. Hey, the water, Baba Kashan. I love the water. Oh, Con, yeah, that's good enough. Con.
I want y'all to drink the spring water from now on.
Con. I'm gonna give you one precept about what you said.
You don't like spring water?
Yeah.
No, it's pretty well. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 84, verse 1. 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O God.
Right.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
The enemies make a tumult, right? Go ahead.
And they that hate thee have lifted up thy head.
The ones that hate us, they have lifted up the head. They have become proud. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
What is counsel? What does that mean?
She asked if we got fireworks in here.
No, we got the words of the Most High God. That's way better than fireworks.
Fireworks,
Right. Hey, y'all shouldn't be celebrating no 4th of July anyway, man. Our people was in the cotton field on 4th of July, right? So what
We were
celebrating?
slaves.
The children?
Your birthday today?
Nah, that's not in the Bible. 4th of July ain't in the Bible.
They was hanging us on trees. They was hanging us on trees around that time.
Still slaves after that.
That's right.
The Most High said not to partake in the wicked man's holidays. That's Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Hello.
We got to keep it holy. This is a Sabbath. You're supposed to be praising God.
If y'all want to stay in here, one precept, one scripture, y'all can. If y'all want to leave, it's up to you. All right, so read that from the beginning.
The book of Psalms.
I've been here since.
This for y'all. This for y'all. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O God.
Right.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head.
Right.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They've taken crafty counsel against the people of God, which is the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
And consulted against the hidden ones.
They've consulted against the hidden ones. They've gotten together and consulted against us. Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
So they wanted to cut us off from being a nation and being the Israelites. That's why they call us black or Hispanic or Native American. They don't want us to know we the real children of God. Go ahead.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
The name of who?
The name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Go ahead, hold on, brother. Go ahead.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They've consulted together with one consent. Go ahead.
They are confederate.
They are what?
They are confederate against thee.
Right.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The Edomites would be the so-called white man. That's their biblical nationality. Go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites would be the East Indians. Go ahead. Or sorry, the Arabs.
Of Moab.
Moab is the Chinese. Go ahead.
And the Hagarenes.
The Hagarenes are an African nation. Go ahead.
Jabal.
Jabal is another African nation. Go ahead.
And Ammon.
Ammon is the Japanese. Go ahead.
And Amalek.
Amalek are the fake Jews because we're actually the real Jews. They're the fake Jews. Go ahead.
The Philistines.
The Philistines are another African nation.
With the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them.
So Tyre is an African nation. Contrary to popular belief, we are not African people. We are actually from Jerusalem, from Israel. We fled into Africa so we wouldn't get picked up by the Romans. But we look like the Africans, that's why we went down there. If those real Jews were the real Jews, they couldn't flee into Africa. They would stand out, right? That's right. So I just wanted to give y'all that one scripture to show y'all that we all we have. Those other nations are against us. And they the ones shooting us down in the street and not caring anything about us. So we telling y'all who y'all are. Now y'all got to start keeping the laws of God. Come back to the commandments. All right? All right, y'all.
Yes.
That's right. But don't be doing that fireworks now.
That's right.
Fireworks.
You got all them other ethnicities just sticking together. We fighting against each other.
Yeah.
All right, sister. We got the blood of Jesus running through our veins. We are the descendants of Jesus.
Yes.
Who you would call Jesus. His name is Yahweh. So, just to let you know, we are the descendants of everybody in the book. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, that's us. There are no white people in the book other than Alexander the Great, which is in the Apocrypha, and Esau. Those are the only two white people in this is our book, right there. So, when you read this book, it's black people talking to black people. Just had to tell y'all that.
It had Isaac and Jacob. Jacob is the one that we come from. Watch 12 tribes. I gotta learn. Those are our forefathers. Yeah, these are our forefathers. The Most High God. They go there. Oh, I think I didn't make sure that he turned right.
Who else did that? Our forefather Jacob. His brother Esau.
Yeah, you know, that's we are the real Jews. He was born red. White man took our identity for himself. Same thing with Native Americans. Like all these white boys say they're Indians. They call $5 Indians. They wanted those benefits and ran down to the Dawes Commission. And they paid $5
It's the concept. All you have to do is understand the concept, and then we won't look crazy. But once you understand the concept, all of this gonna make sense.
It all makes sense. It all makes sense. I knew. I already knew.
A lot of people don't have time to develop, like teaching somebody chess. They don't feel like learning it.
People don't have patience no more at all. Nobody has patience.
This is our book. And everything in it is a playbook, just like sports. This is our playbook against.
They can't say the same without getting skin cancer. And you tell me they told the people? It's more than that. Yeah, great.
What you got over here from?
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
That's this. What we're talking about right now is the very beginning of the white man. He said, 2 nations are in thy womb. Read.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
We already know who the strongest. You look at any kind of sports, track, basketball, soccer, you can look at any sports and we can tell. And it's funny, it says, we're talking about sports, they have to use chemicals and steroids to keep up with the nations of what we do. So read.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
And the first came out red, all hairy, like a hairy caveman.
So in the South, they call them what? Rednecks.
Rednecks and cavemen.
Where they came from. When they run fast, they turn red.
Before y'all leave,
Right.
y'all got one more time for what precept? Give the precept what they say you're supposed to keep your commandments with the fringes, numbers.
Was it Leviticus?
Yeah.
Numbers
1538.
1538.
This is the precept.
This is what we have to do for the rest of our life, so our ancestors and our spirits can support us. That's in the earth. We have to wear this. Indians wore this. All of the Native American Indians wore this. This is what you see when you see the cowboys and Indians. They were fringes, but these were customs from Israelites. Read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes.
What?
That they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
It says throughout their generations. So you ain't never gonna see a cop gunned down, nobody with fringes on. Or it's gonna be chaos. I'm talking about mad chaos. Now read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
A ribbon of blue go on top of the fringe.
This is the Bible.
Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
You're supposed to have the fringe on and say, wow, do I wanna rob this bank? Ah, no, oh my God, no, I got on God's garment. And you feel guilty because this is your garment, this is like your Superman cape.
Yeah.
Now read.
And that ye shall, and ye seek, not after your own heart.
You can't seek after your own heart no more. After you wear these, you are seeking for God. Read.
Or your own eyes, after which ye used to go a-whoring. That ye remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your God.
These fringes mean you look upon them, and it makes you remember to do all of the commandments that God had for you. So you can't want to be an adulterer. You can't think of all the sins. You can't go, give me some sins. You can't eat shrimp, pork, none of that. So you look on these fringes and it causes you not to sin. So that's it. So I hope y'all buy y'all some fringes soon and wear them on y'all garments. So the spirits can walk with y'all like they walk with us. And keep the commandments. Remember, no fireworks. Keep the Sabbath. No barbecue, no pork, none of that.
Hey, I just got, I ain't know you over there. Yeah.
Bring it up.
Nashira Shakyasha. All praises to the Most High. Powerful speakers. And we got to keep these commandments, man. Because in 1776, you was in the cotton field. You was in hard labor, hard bondage. Your women was getting raped. You couldn't do nothing about it. And your back was getting beat by a whip.
Bring it out.
And the fireworks represent the white man's power. That's all those fireworks mean, bombs and his military power. That's all these fireworks represent. It's Esau's bombs, his military might. So how do we, as Israelites, have anything to do with this holiday? We eat swine for flesh, having a good old time. And then we're praising the red, white, and blue flag. That red represents the Israelites' blood that was spilled in this country.
They close.
Also, you can say that red represents Esau's hatred.
That's because y'all not supposed to buy fireworks.
And if people still try to buy fireworks.
It's like glass right here. It's like it's very good enough to buy right here. You can go anywhere else, but it's not good right here. It's the heat right here, like no.
Exactly.
That's all it is. Like no. They find it anyway. As soon as that's amazing, though. And I know that.
So in the midst of this pandemic, this so-called pandemic, Esau's still playing games. 1 minute he's opening up the state and saying the numbers are down. The
The next minute, he's closing the state down, saying the numbers are up. He just closed down Florida again. He closed down the state of Texas. Now they're slowly closing down California again. Wherever you travel, you got to do a 14 con. You got to do a 14 quarantine. So the white man's playing games to push his agenda to get this COVID-19. If you guys do the research, COVID stands for Certificate of Vaccination ID. Implemented in 2019 with the Crafty Council. We brought that out about the Crafty Council. They are trying to cut the world population by half. Esau said it is too many people on the planet, not enough resources to society all these people. And our women, they're helping Esau by getting all these abortions, man. Israelite women get 6 million abortions a year. 6 million abortions a year. That's just Israelites. That's Native Americans, Hispanics, and blacks.
Yeah, bring it out, Rob.
So right now you're cutting your nation off by letting Esau give you that one day, that birth pill, that abortion pill, or you go to the clinic and getting it scraped out of you. And that's an abomination. You're not supposed to kill your seed. So you Israelites got to get it together. Because the Most High is not paying. These race soldiers are still killing you. And all you're doing about it is marching and saying we shall overcome, and you letting your oppressor join along with your march, your movement. And they're infiltrating where you're at and doing drive-bys, man. Get that precept of no hand show. I'll be holding no hand show. Hold the hand. Yeah, that one. And you give me Job 9:24. So you guys got to realize this kingdom is falling, man.
Bring it out.
Esau's kingdom is falling slowly but surely. The stock market is all messed up right now. Nobody's making money. People are starting their unemployment is starting to run out. What you gonna do when the unemployment run out? Donald Trump ain't gonna re-up you. Donald Trump is making money. See, when you're in that type of power, the presidency, you know where to move all your money because you know you control the government. See, when you elect a president, one thing, how people could say this is a democracy government, when you elect the president get to choose his cabinet members. So how the hell is this a democracy when the president get to choose his cabinet members? And that's who has all the power. Crafty Council. That's the agriculture. You get to choose who's going to be on the Supreme Court. I was watching that documentary, 16 Shots, on HBO, about that cop that killed that boy. What was it? What state was that? They riddled him with bullets. He was kind of half crazy. He had a knife, but he wasn't trying to kill nobody. He was this psychopath. They riddled him with 16 shots. They finally charged the cop after 3 years. They hit him with all these counts. After all that, the trial, he was supposed to be facing at least about 60 years. They gave him 3 years. 3 years. They gave Amber Geiger for killing the guy that was eating ice cream, or whatever his name was. I can't remember his name now.
Botham John.
Huh?
Botham John. Botham John.
Malcolm John? Botham John. Slovakia. He was eating ice cream. They gave her, what, less than 6 years.
I think it was like something like 12 with good behavior.
No, she gonna get out within.
She got 10, but
she got 10, but she'll be out by 5 with good behavior, if that. If the governor overturned her conviction, she could be out less than that. But see, these people have no love for you. Go ahead, bring that precept out.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
See, the wicked is not going to be unpunished. The Most High ain't going to forget about this wicked society. He's not going to forget how you guys get away with murder. He's not going to forget that you guys slay the children of Israel. That's what killed me about you Christian church. You guys are telling me that my God is going to accept the Edomites in the kingdom. After all the rape, murder, torture they have done, they get 2 kingdoms, man. Now, is that a just God? That's not a God I serve. We might as well stay on this kingdom. If we got a God like that, we might as well stay on this kingdom and deal with the court system.
Might as well be safe.
Yeah. As the white man and these other nations think they're going to be in the kingdom of heaven in the same authority as us. No, we're going to have you going to beat your back in. You're going to be in the cotton field. You're going to be our handmaids and servants, like the scriptures say. Go ahead, give me that scripture.
John. The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
And who is he, man? The Most High said, if it's not him, who is he? He's talking about the kingdom of Esau, Edom, mainly. Because he's the one that covered the faces of the Most High. And covered up with this Caesar Borgia. Go ahead and zoom in on that. That white Christ. He's the one that finds himself not guilty. But look at our people, they're fighting the fireworks. They still fight. They can't wait till nighttime. They gotta pop them in the daytime. This is the folly of our people. This is your boom. Not even the nighttime, can't even wait. That's the folly. But that's our people. Like big children. That's why I can't wait till half, 2/3 of you guys are gone. Because you guys are wicked. We try to bring up this word, we get rocks thrown at us, we get cussed out. You know what I mean? Yeah, we got rocks thrown at us, brother. Just for teaching this word. You know? You know?
I don't understand none of it, honestly, bro.
Give me Matthew 23:34.
That's cold, man. That's how powerful God is.
Yeah.
Then it calls that.
But we can't wait to do wicked toward each other. Like this brother right here, we came in good faith to bring out edification for our people. This man knew he was running out of fireworks, but he was so quick to G-check me. This is because I'm another black man. He wanted to G-check me, talking about what are you doing on his property, like this is his property. This is the white man's property. This is because you rent, that don't mean nothing. You got your booth is out of fireworks, but you want to G-check me. But I guarantee you, if the white man was here to set up his Christianity, he would say a bad thing. But see, when you see another black man, you want to challenge your authority. That's why the Most High got Esau, the other nation, as a rod of iron for correction. Because you wouldn't have challenged the white man like that. Looking like Bane. Like the brother said, looking like Bane, trying to tell me, he said, I'm like, brother, take off your mask, I can't understand you. But that's all our people are. They always want to challenge somebody that look like them. And we just going to bring up the word. We didn't even say don't buy the fireworks. We didn't say this is a Sabbath, obey the law and commandments. We're not even trying to take away from the man's business, even though he's not supposed to be buying or selling on the Sabbath. But we try to edify our people. But he was so contentious to see other black people here, he would have to say something. Guarantee you, if it was some white Christians or some Mormons right here, he would have said a bad thing.
You know?
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, 23:34. You can bring it out. Got it?
Matthew chapter 23, verse 34. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues, and persecute them from city to city.
See, the Most High said prophets among the people. We're prophets, man. We ain't the typical Christian Negro church dancing and singing. We're going to tell you the commandments of the Bible. We're going to tell you if you're going off. When I was in that church, I didn't learn nothing in that Christian church. I was in that Christian church for 30 plus years. All I learned was Jesus was on the main line. And what did Isaiah say? By Shimra,
Should have bought a Honda.
I should have bought a Honda. By Shimra, I should have bought a Honda. What did it say?
In the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 7. 23, verse 7. Verse 8. But be not ye called rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all ye are brethren. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven. Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Christ.
So our people was just a rebellious people. Matter of fact, let's get that in Ezekiel 2 and 3. Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 3. Our people was rebellious. They didn't want to hear the word. They want to twerk. The daughters of Israel twerking.
It's like when he went up to Mount Sinai and came back and was partying.
Yeah, just like, yeah. Same thing. Nothing to do under the sun. Everything that happened in the ancient days is happening now. Nothing to do under the sun. Just like the days of the Noah. Everything repeats. That's why fashion repeats. They bring back this fashion 10 years later, it's back again.
Flat tops are back.
You know, flat tops, cross colors. It's nothing to do under the sun. Everything recycles back again, Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 3.
Okay.
Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 2, verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I see thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath...
What did you say?
To a rebellious nation.
The Most High called us a rebellious nation.
That has rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day.
To this very day. To this very day. We still rebellious. Oh, I don't believe in that Bible. That's written by the white man. You guys are following the white man's book. Well, how could it be a white man's book when this is condemning the white man?
Bring it up.
They say he's going to slavery.
No, he's going to die.
It says he gonna go. Well, after he give us 1,000 years, he's not gonna kill him. Just say yet. He owes 1,000 years.
God.
I want my 1,000 years. I want my handmaids and servants. I don't know about you. I'll take yours if you don't want it. Yeah, man.
Show the brother that.
The handmaids and servants.
Yeah. Get that.
Isaiah 14.
Isaiah 14. 14 and what?
And 1.
14 and 1.
Okay, the book of Isaiah.
So you other nations is going to slavery.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14,
Verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will choose, and yet choose Israel.
Okay, if you don't know who Jacob is, he's on my shirt right here. That's our forefathers.
And yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them.
The strangers will be the other nations.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them, and bring them unto their place.
We'll bring them to their place.
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
Possess, that means you possess, that means you own them, right?
Possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
See, the other nations is going to be our servants and handmaids. You get that? Even the ones that's trying to hide, the Most High got a pet called a Leviathan that we ain't seen, the creature. He gonna release that for their underwater bases and stuff like that, their bunkers, their mountains. The Most High got a pet like, you ever saw the movie Clash of the Titans? You remember when Zeus went into the water and released the Kraken? The Most High got the same prey. It's called a Leviathan. So we gonna get them too. We gonna hunt them down too.
Keep going on that.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
So we're going to rule over our oppressors. But our rulership is not going to be temporary. It's going to be forever. Forever, forever, and ever. See, this is a temporary rulership right now. And the only reason why they are in power because we transgressed. Our forefathers transgressed against the law. They didn't hearken over to the God's voice. So we're serving our prison sentence, basically, till the Most High come back on the chariots and destroy these people. And the way He's going to do it is through their scientists, the nuclear scientists. And it's going to be World War III. He's going to put flesh. He's going to put a spirit on all flesh to go against each other. That's North Korea, China, Russia, Pakistan. Anybody that have nuclear weapons, they're going to go against each other. Basically, the crafty council is going to go against each other. And when I grew up, it was called the Legion of Doom. Batman versus Batman, Aquaman against the Hall of Justice against the Legion of Doom.
Now it's called the League of Nations.
The League of Nations, exactly. The League of Nations is going to turn against each other. Yeah. But it's mostly going to be over resources, because they're fighting over resources, oil pipeline. Like Russia is always fighting the United States about those oil pipelines. So it's going to be about resources, and then it's going to go ham over it. So give me that precept that we rather give me Jeremiah 30:16. So, Israel, if we don't get it together, we're going to be destroyed. And that's with Esau's, either his military, his militia group, or his police force, which is race soldiers. You got that precept, Bird?
The book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men. The God of our fathers raised up Jesus, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree.
So Peter said we rather obey God than man. So when you go into these other philosophies, like being an Egyptian, an Egyptologist, what's the other religion we into? Islam. We're getting a magic carpet and praying 3 times a day. What's Johnny Carson's little friend with the no, I forgot his name. The Muslim guy used Yeah, the turban on. Yeah, we ain't supposed to be praying to these other gods, especially no stone. Buddha and all that. Exactly. That's idolatry. That's an idol. That's idol worship.
We over here. Come get this Bible word right here.
They're close. She don't want to hear that. This is your fireworks right here.
Right here.
Follow the law, statutes, and commandments. She said, "Oh no, not those Israelites. I want to have my breath showing."
She's like, "Oh, you got the fireworks?"
She want to have her cleavage hanging out, twerking and stuff like that. Wear the pads and stuff, Eve. She want to show out.
It's cool when you're on the outside. That's crazy.
We're over here.
You don't get to see that unless you're on.
So you guys gotta beware of Esau's lies. Give me Psalms 58 and 3.
All that devoured them.
Oh, you already did?
Oh, we right here,
Look, they look at it again. There's a word right here. These are the fireworks right here, sister.
These are called redemption soul fireworks.
Okay, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 16. Therefore, all that devour thee shall be devoured, all thine adversaries,
every one of them shall go into captivity.
Whoa.
What did the Messiah say? Every one of them shall go into captivity. So this is a future prophecy. Every nation shall go in captivity. Did that give you a precept? Okay. If you got one, just go ahead and bring it out. But every nation is going in captivity. Because they all oppressed the children of Israel. And don't think that because you're an Israelite, you're not going into captivity. You might get some of these coons. Because they're going to be put to death. You know what I mean? They going first.
The book of Psalms, chapter 149, verse 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord.
Come on. So the Most High ain't playing. Give me Psalms 58:3. Did I already tell you to get that? Yeah. So you guys trust Esau's media. Esau media is ran by the crafty council, Amalek. Amalek runs all the news media. If you guys ever look at these affiliates where the news go off, like it would say Channel 7 affiliated with Disney. They own Channel 7. Yeah, Disney owns Channel 7. Channel 4 is owned by affiliation of Universal. That's Universal Studios and Universal Music Group. So every news station is owned by a corporation. So how could you trust the mass media when they're owned by a corporation? I'll go ahead and break it out. Zach.
Also, ABC owns ESPN. I mean,
yeah, that's Disney. Yeah, Disney owns all. That's all Disney affiliated.
Right.
Disney owns Channel 7, ESPN. Now they own some of the Fox. Fox.
It might be some brothers in other states that don't know what Channel 7 is.
Well, okay, yeah, ABC.
There you go.
American Broadcast Channel. That's what AB stands for. Oh, white man. Viacom, which was CNN is affiliated of most of all these news. You gotta look it up. Your phone will tell you. All these are corporations that own these news media. They own all these newspaper outlets, magazines. So they're the crafty council. That's why I'm going to bring that out. This is where I was going to tie it to.
The book of Psalms, chapter 58. What'd you say, verse what?
Verse 3, please.
Verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
The wicked is estranged from the womb.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
As soon as they be born.
Speaking lies.
Speaking what?
Speaking lies.
Speaking what?
Speaking lies.
So Esau is speaking lies as soon as they come out of the womb. And that's the news media, the cable outlets, the radio, they speak lies. Even though the Palestinians is not our brothers, they're not part of the 12 tribes, but you know damn well they're not terrorists. The terrorists is the Amalek that's taking their land, but it's our land, and killing them.
The book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abide not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
See, I like the way the NIV bring it out. He said, when he speak his native tongue. But that's a cool verse, but that's cool. So Esau is a natural liar. You cannot trust him. Never trust thy enemy. That's who your enemy is. Like iron rust is, so is his wickedness. And that's who Esau is. He's the porter of wickedness, the synagogue of Satan. So when you allow this man to come into your church, your movements, he's going to disrupt it. Everything that we put together, Esau had disrupted. The Black Panther Party, he sent his agents in there to disrupt that. End up killing all the Black Panthers. They call them terrorist group. But what about the KKK? What about these outright groups? They're still around.
Bring it up.
How is the Black Panthers a terrorist group. They're not even around. Well, they got the new platform. They weak as hell. The book of Psalms, chapter 139, verse 21. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? And I am not. I grieve with those that rise up against thee. Verse 22. I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. So you gotta count these people as your enemies. They may talk the little swag as you. They may talk the street slang. They may know your little death, but you still can't accept them. Because their wickedness is eventually going to come out. You got a precept?
The book of Psalms 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, and thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
That's right. We're going to dash the little ones against the stones. We're not playing. When we come into power, we're going to be just as cutthroat as them. The only thing we ain't going to be doing, we ain't going to be raping their bed like they done us. See, Esau's a defiled person, a defiled nation. They was raping the men and the women of Israel. Yeah, they weak. They don't have they walk around guns, but that's not the Most High. I see that clip. Yeah, with the little machine gun. But see, that's not the Most High. When we walk around, we already tried that in the 60s. Walk around. The white man will change the law on you. Yeah, open carry stuff. That's for Esau. Basically.
They're bringing a drone.
Exactly. Yeah, man. The white man got a bomb. A white man got a bomb. I'm gonna tell you how powerful their bombs are. We're not even talking about their nuclear bomb. We're just talking about a cruise missile. They are cruise missiles they can strap onto a drone that can take out 3 city blocks. You know how powerful 3 city blocks is? Like if a bomb was dropped there, it'll hit us all the way for that's like 3 city blocks all the way. Yeah. That's just a cruise missile. We're not talking about their powerful hydrogen bombs or their atom bombs or their nuclear missiles. Russia got the strongest. I think Russia got the strongest nuclear missile called the Satan. That's what they call it, the Satan. Yeah, Satan 1 and Satan 2. Now I don't know how much that could cover when they drop that. 10-mile radius. Come on. We're not talking about the nuclear, the radiation fallout after they drop it. Because you got to deal with radiation once all those bombs get dropped. But this is how Babylon, which is America, is going to get destroyed. Give me Proverbs 17 to 15. We're living in the end days. It's a very exciting time. Verse 15. And this is for your coons. This is a verse strictly for you Oprah Winfrey's, you Candace Owens, you fucking excuse me, stop getting my language. Larry Elder, Terry Crews,
Roland Martin.
This is a verse strictly for you guys.
Oh man.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 15. He that justified the wicked and condemneth the just.
Now the just would be us, the Israelites.
That condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord.
See, they are an abomination to the Lord. So all that cooning that you're doing, you're an abomination. Oprah Winfrey, like she can't wait to get to bash a black man, but she was awfully quiet. She been quiet. Her and Gayle King was quiet with the George Floyd situation. The what's the brother that got killed jogging in Georgia? I forgot his name. Ahmaud Arbery. There's so many names you can't even remember all of them.
Rayshawn Brooks.
Elijah McCray, Rayshawn Brooks. And what about the 2 brothers that just got hugged? One in California and Lancaster. You're not hearing nothing from them. But soon as a black dude do something, they can't wait. They want to serve their paymasters. You got a precept? Whatever you want to do.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. Jump down to 14.
Oh, whatever.
No, that's good. That's good, Con. So all you Christians church that say, my God loves everybody, that's a damn lie. You guys gotta realize we serve a man of war. That's the real God of war. Not Kratos with a PlayStation 4. The man of war is Yahweh.
Right.
And Yahweh Shah. That's the real God of war. Matter of fact, let me go ahead, somebody give me Isaiah 45:7. To let you know that the Most High is not this hippie looking like Caesar Borgia, giving up puppies and rainbows and loving everybody, man. And that's what this church teaches.
Isaiah 45:7.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace.
He makes what?
I make peace and create evil.
He makes what?
And create evil. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
So the Lord do all these things. He creates evil and he creates peace. So when you see all this stuff going on in the world, that's the Most High. He's sending his angels to create evil and confusion. So this is what the Christians don't understand. They say that it's the devil. The devil have no power over the Most High. The devil is a servant. He's an angelic being. He don't go against the Most High. Just like I broke it out the other day. You got the chain of command at your job. You got the CEO, the COO, you got the president, you got the supervisors, and you got the regular employee. The Most High just dispatch orders. The Most High don't do nothing. He just dispatch orders to his angels. See, this is what the Christian church don't understand. They'll never understand it because the Spirit's not on them. They want to sing and dance and create folly in the church, and now they don't want to follow these commandments. Because when you're supposed to go to the house of the Lord, you're supposed to feel bad. You're not supposed to be, like when I got out of church, I always felt good because I was singing and dancing, smiling, and I was wicked as hell, man.
Yeah.
Sleeping with people's wives and all kind of wicked stuff I was doing out there in the world, you know what I mean? So, you know, when you really follow these laws, statutes, commandments, you're supposed to feel bad. You guys anybody got a precept?
This is the book of Job, chapter 1, verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and issueth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Doeth Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made a hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land.
So there you go. The Most High dispatched Satan to go test Job's faith. So is that a loving God right there? He's testing her. If he was all love, he would just leave Job alone, let him be prosper. See, the Most High, he's a mastermind. So you Christians, church, is this, you guys have said that we miscrewed the word, but you guys have miscrewed the word. With your love hippie speech and said that the law is done away with. Maybe like, give me that precept where it says the Most High said he's not Yahweh said he's not here to destroy the law or fulfill. You guys know that precept? You know
That's Matthew 15.
Matthew 15 what? 15:34. Okay.
No, it's a lot. 34? Yeah. Come on. No, that's Matthew 5:17.
See, when Yahweh Shai died, he died for so we can repent.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
There you go. No dot, no tittle till heaven pass. This is the heaven, you know. You are supposed to follow the law of the Most High. Keep His commandments.
It's more on that.
Oh, you want to?
Okay. More on that.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of the least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
There you go. Okay. So if you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, you'll be called great in the kingdom of the second kingdom of heaven. Not this kingdom, but the upcoming kingdom. Huh? Yeah, you can write it.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
Uh-oh, we got a contradiction with the Christian church.
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
What does the sword do?
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
There you go. When the Most High comes, He's coming with a sword, Yahweh.
And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for my sake shall find it.
So if you guys don't believe that the white man his name is Esau, Edom, go ahead and give me that Bible dictionary right there. Go ahead read Esau. You guys can get the Bible dictionary if you guys want to break down the biblical names of these other nations. It's on Amazon for less than $20. So go ahead and get Esau or Edom, one of the two. And then after that, get Ham. Because people get confused that these other nations that's dark like us, Hamites, are Israelites because they got dark skin. No. They got different spirits. And they're part of the crafty council too. It's very small, so you gotta have good. Their words are very small. Okay, you gonna read it?
Oh, here you go. We got it. This is the
compact,
compact Bible dictionary.
Esau,
firstborn of twin brothers, Esau and Jacob, sons of Isaac and Rebekah, sold his birthright for a mess of pottage.
Morsel of meat, basically. That's what I said. Morsel of meat.
To his brother. Mary, we've got a lot of little summaries. Sought to kill Jacob for tricking him out of Isaac's blessings. Later reconciled to Jacob. Scripture sometimes uses Esau as the name of the land of Edom in which the descendants live.
Okay, go to Edom so people be a little confused.
Hold on, Salak, is that it on there? I know it says.
Yeah, you can probably read it. It's kind of hard to read. We'll just do Edom and then we'll go to Ham because there's a lot of people that's on the comment section. Cause I made a video. It's getting a lot of hits. That says Hollywood knows. And I went to Shaka Zulu and people say Zulu. These nations are Israel. He's a Hamite. He's a Hamite. He was worshiping other gods and animals and he chased the children of Israel. He was one of those are the nations that sold the Israelites to the Europeans. Zulu. That's one of the biggest Hamite tribes.
Edom, the nation and its people who were the descendants of Esau. He founded the country, so his name is equated with Edom. The country was also called Seir, or Mount Seir, which is the name of the territory which the Edomites lived.
So we all know that Edomites like to live on the mountains. They come from the Caucasian Mountains, the Caucasus Mountain in Russia, and all the hillsides. Esau, he lives on the mountains, basically.
The kingdom of Edom was found during the 13th century BC, according to the archaeological evidence. In the process of about 4 centuries, the government of Edom changed from one under tribal chiefs to monarch. Did I say right?
I don't know. I can't see those words. Yeah, monarchy. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. But David conquered them and put garrisons throughout the whole world. I'm saying the whole land. Judah lost Edom in the reign over Jehoram when she revolted against him about 847 BC.
So basically we lost that's where the curses started coming around, when we lost. That's in Babylon 10 by 2, when it says the Roman Empire conquered the land of Jerusalem. So it tells you right there, that's why you know Esau and Edom is the white man, because the Romans and Greeks was white people. That Bible dictionary just said that Judah lost the land of Jerusalem, and that's in the Babylon 10 by 2. Now go to half. There's a lot of confusion saying that these Africans are Israelites because they have dark skin. Now, if you're a dog breeder, if I get a German Shepherd right here that's all black and a Great Dane, are they saying breed a dog? They'll look totally different, totally have different features and different characteristics. Same thing with a pit bull and a Chihuahua.
I got Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitors of the dark races, not the Negroes.
You heard that? Not the Negro. So how could Ham be part of the 12 tribes? The Negroes is considered the tribe of Judah.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
Those are the people that put us in slavery.
His indecency when his father lay drunken.
That's enough. Con. So that's where the confusion lie at. Just because we have dark skin, we're not the same people. Most people call us Akata. What else word they use? Akata. The Hamites. As a matter of fact, the New York Cab Company said most of the people that was getting passed up was us, because of the African taxi drivers. So that's where all the New York Cab was infamous for passing us. It was Ham passing us up in cabs. Oh, I don't want to deal with that Akata. No. He gonna rob me. No Akata.
During the protest, the Hamites was coming out calling the Israelites lazy, telling them that they need to go back to work.
All right, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Check on my pops and stuff.
Keep the law, statute, commandments. Grow your beard out, brother.
Glad to see you.
And
both,
this research is you got the YouTube channel.
I'm waiting for my boy.
We was all like you at one time, one point. I had the goatee. I was looking like Morris Chestnut with the pencil goatee. You know, man. But now I'm ready to go out, man.
Yeah, we want to see that beard next time.
You gotta get that beard growing.
Let's just go show
And believe me, the ladies like the beard, man.
They gonna think you Jesus for real.
Yeah, man. The women like the beard, man. Don't get it twisted, man.
Alright. So I'm gonna let my beard grow.
Let your beard grow out.
Pops already got it, so I gotta catch up.
And the Most High got favor for the children of Israel. Well, I'd like to yield my time. Isaiah, go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and yield my time.
Good.
I'd like to yield my time. Who's next on the mic?
Hey, we talking about
It's already too late. They probably going to bail out by the time. You guys still want to beat up?
They late. They just started like,
Call him and see. I'll call him.
And even if not, I kind of feel like going to another spot.
if they not going, we're going to go to another spot.
Okay, well, I'm going to yield my time. Rob Judah, House of Israel. Let's close it out, Isaiah. Come on, give it up for the brother, man, Rob Judah. Powerful brother, man.
God.
Brother evolving into a lion out here, man.
A little bit, man. I gotta get these precepts. I gotta get this book off my head. That'll be good.
Hey, man. The precepts are the precepts.
Once I get this blue book out my head, I'll be happy.
Hey, man, it's word cut. Whether you're reading it from a notebook, it's word cut, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So Israel, man, this is what we out here to do. We out here to show y'all transgressions, y'all sins, tell y'all where y'all going off. You know, if y'all have a problem with it, you got to take it up with God, because all we doing is reading from the book, huh?
God.
That's right. So with that, I say, Kwame Sharala.
Kwame Sharala.
Kwame Sharala.
Kwame Sharala.
Kwame Sharala.
Kwame Sharala.
Who got next?
We got next.
Who got next?
We got next.
Who got next?
We got next.
For how long?
Forever.
For how long?
Forever.
For how long?
Forever.
What we gonna do?
Take the kingdom.
What we gonna do?
Take the kingdom.
What we gonna do?
Take the kingdom.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
How?
My Shimmer Mashiach Yasha.
How?
My Shimmer Mashiach Yasha.
I said, damn it, how?
My Shimmer Mashiach Yasha.
Kwame Sharala.
Kwame Sharala.
Death to 4th of July.
Death to America. Death to 4th of July.
America.
God.